So hello and welcome. My name is Fiona and I do a blog of Weekly Sewing Bee, and this weekend's video is I have a pair of jeans here. Now you probably can't see this, but I know it's there, and it's got bleach splatter on, and so yeah, I'm going to cut around those bits, but I'm going to make use of every single bit I can. And the first part of this project, I should have ironed them, I know, I'm just quite lazy, is I'm going to make a bag stuffer. Now I live in a country where every shop you go to, they like you to take a plastic carrier bag so that they can do it as advertisement, or they like to charge you for your bag, so it's just one of those things. If you don't have a bag, you've got to buy one, and if you do have a bag, you get several. So anyway, so we've got the jeans. Now I'm going to make use of the bottom of the sewn bits, and I'm going to use that as part of the design. I also have half a yard here of beautiful cotton, and I'm going to make use of this as well. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to put a ruffle on the end, just to make it a bit more lively. But what I want to do as well is I want to do a strip for the middle, which will also need to be hemmed. Now, the reason I'm doing it so that, I'm going to put elasticates at the end with the ruffles on, and then I'm going to put a strip in the middle with probably a pillowcase kind of opening, so that I can get the medium-sized bags out of the middle, because they're the ones that I have the most of. But every now and again you get a really nice bag, and you'll want to use that again, a nice large one. So I'm going to put the large ones at one end, and then the little ones, which you probably need more of, at the other end. Now all I'm going to do here is I'm going to sew a hem. As I said, this is cotton, so it will fray, and it will get quite hard use, but I really want it done. Now rather than cut the strips to size, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hem both these and then cut them afterwards. It does mean that you don't get to finish off your stitches, but as I'm using a nice small stitch, then I think it will survive. But it's literally time, isn't it, you know? And I don't mind wasting probably an inch square at the end of this. So I need to do 2 lots of hems, and I'm doing these by eye. I'm not using pins or anything, just because it's cotton, so it kind of stays where it's put, so I can fold a few inches and then just let the machine take it. Now I decided to use pink thread. It's always a bit, when you're sewing 2 different colours together, do you use a matching thread, or do you use a contrasting thread? I couldn't think what would be a contrast between pink and black, so I decided on pink. But it's one of those things that you either worry about or you don't. Now, the last piece is going to be the pillowcase hole sort of thing. I don't know how to describe it, but it will become clear. And then these are going to be my ruffles. So I only need to hem one side each, because I'm going to sew in the other side. There we go, I'll just get this started. I didn't cut this very well, so it's not going to be as straight as the last one. Now I'm going to use elastic because I need it to stretch, and I think it'll be easier to sew as well. And then this strip will be cut in half as well. So be quite fiddly because the jeans are quite small, they're skinny stretch ones, but I think it'll be worth it, and I like recycling clothing as well. And hopefully I'll get another couple of projects out of those jeans as well. Alright, I'm just coming up to the end. And I'm going to turn these inside out. Just pull this through. And I need the wider of the two strips. I'm going to do the envelope strip first and then the ruffles after. For no reason at all, other than I think it might be easier, but I'm none the wiser. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to sew a strip round here. I can take off and just use the sleeve arm if you prefer. And yeah, I went through a stage of I just never put the arm back on, so now there's going to be one of each of these on the cut end of the jeans. And I can see where I started, and I'm just going to reverse stitch there, and then I'm going to sew them up when I sew in the other one. So I can just trim this now, so I can see the end through the material. It's not see-through, but it is, I can see it. So that's good. I can put that to the side, and I'm going to do a matching one on here. So that's that, and then I am going to sew up the ends and sew them together. So that's what I'll have, and then I'll have an opening at one side. So all I've done is turn it back round. Oop. Yeah, more haste, less speed. Now you don't need to hem it all the way round, I just have, but you know, it depends what you're comfortable with. I just found it easier. So now we need the original seam outside so that it's part of the so it's part of the design, as it were, because we're going to make use of that. Now I don't want both seams at the same place. I'm going to grab my piece of elastic, which is quite thin, and I'm literally going to put it in under as well. So I've got the three things there. I've got the smaller ruffle, the smaller strip for the ruffle, and the jeans, one layer of jeans. And it's very important to get this started off, and a couple of reverse stitches, because there is going to be quite a lot of pressure on this elastic. I'm going to sew, and I'm going to pull the elastic tight, and if I can only do an inch before stopping and then readjusting everything, then that's all I can do. But I'm using the seam under my forefinger so I can feel where it is, so I can see that I'm going straight, and then I'm going to keep this elastic quite tight so it all bunches up. To watch for as well is that you don't start sewing the underside. I could kind of feel it getting caught up, so just stop the sewing machine and away you go again. And there we are, we're coming to the end now. So because it's riding up, you can't see it very well. Overlapped it slightly just for the hem, but I didn't do the hem beforehand because I want to make as much use of this as I can. And then when we turn it inside out, you'll see that there's just a little ruffle there of the nice pink. Okay, I'm going to get the other side done so that I'm up to date, and then we can sew it all together. Say hello there. So I'm up to date now. I have two matching bits. One's inside out, sorry. That's why they don't match. And I'm just, when I finished, I thought that this isn't tight enough. This isn't as tight as I wanted it. And you can see the stitches quite clearly. So I thought, well, I'm going to make, well, if anything, like a little stretchy thing. So I'm going to put that over there and then tie that off, just to cover up those nasty stitches. Now I'll show you how I did it. This is literally the leftover of the bottom ruff. So I'm going to hem the other side of it, and all this is it's folded over. So there we go. And then with my elastic, I'm going to leave a bit where I can tie it off. Keep it nice and simple. Lovely. And then sewing it as before, keeping this tight and letting the machine take it, keeping an eye that it doesn't curl up underneath the needle as well. As you could do. Now when I trim this off, I'm going to give myself another bit so I can tie it as well. Put that out the way, put that out the way. Now I've got my two here, and I've turned one inside out. This is because I'm going to insert this into there. I'm going to line up these two seams, and I'm going to smooth it all out. Quite nice and taut to start off with. Now what I want is I want to sew it so that these fold over so that they cover this, and I want it so that there's a gap so that I can take bags in and out of it. So it is a matter of sort of squeezing, adjusting, pulling, and yes, so I need more on the other side than I do on the jean side, and I've started a good 3 inches before that the hole for the opening isn't anywhere near it. And then it's a matter of adjusting and sewing, and even if you can only sew an inch, that's fine. It's fiddly, you know. I don't think it would look as good if the overall design if I'd have used bigger jeans, but you know, such is life. Such is life. And I've got to keep an eye on where to stop because I want the opening. So I'm coming up to the opening now. I can see it quite clearly, even though it's probably very faint on there. So I've left another good 3 inches. It's going to be quite hard wearing little seam this because of this is where you sort of grab the bags from. And there we go. Get rid of them. And we can, if we take the inside bit outside rather than turning it all inside out. And there we are. Got that bit in the middle. There's the opening. I need to take a second just to trim all my loose cotton ends because I hate that. It's my least favourite job. Lovely. And the reason I've done it this way is just pure ease. And I thought if I made hair ties as well, then they might not stay there, they might get borrowed. Sort of an emergency hair tie, I know where one is. Lovely. So we can put that there in a little knot. And I've got another one here. It would look better if I actually had some bags in it to stuff. Sorry, there's a till receipt in that one. That's not good, is it? Lovely. So, there's our bag stuffer sewn on a modern type sewing machine, although we've only used running stitches, and many years of service, and a great thing to have around. Okay, thank you ever so much for watching. Please feel free to share, like, subscribe, that would be grand. Hopefully I'll catch you again, and hopefully you enjoyed this video because it's been a pleasure making it. Thank you ever so much for watching.